Hey, what's up out there? So, I want you guys to check this clip out. This is a podcast clip with Joy Fatone and the dude from Smallville. And it was in the suggestions uh, when I was browsing around YouTube, so I decided to watch it. The thing's 2 hours long, but it's worth a listen. It's really interesting. We got a lot of the story and behind how Insane got started and all kinds of stuff. It was really, really nice to listen to. Now, this clip that I want to show you guys is really exciting for me because um, he talked about the harmonies and discussed the vocal harmonies and his range and uh, where he would go as far as his role in the group. And this is something that we discuss a lot, my brother and I, and I've brought it up, definitely. I've brought it up um, in some of my own videos, and he even in particular discussed I Thought She Knew, which I was just looking at. Of course, many of you have seen I re-released it, sort of sense, because the first time around I messed up the vocals. Um, so I re-released it with some, like, I basically my newest findings and my newest pass of how it goes. So of course I'm gonna come out with that third pass. I know I was gonna come out with it a lot, like a long time ago already, but anyway, enjoy this clip. It was really fun for me to listen to. This is the kind of thing that I'm always looking forward to as far as them getting interviewed. But people never ask them like interesting questions like this. You know, they always ask like that's the thing about interviews that I don't like. They always ask on the like perspective of like a teenage girl sort of thing, or if not that, like they just ask questions that aren't very like into the music and stuff. So I really appreciated this interview. So check out this clip. I basically cut out this clip from this podcast because I really want you guys to hear this little section here. So check it out.
And Robin Wiley was another woman that passed away. God bless her fucking soul. That woman is a fucking god of arrangements.
Why was she God?
She was basically the one who kind of founded our sound, in a sense, because
The arrangement, the way you guys sound.
she arranged a lot of our stuff. And when the hard part about it, I guess, for people that really don't know, as far as like when you're doing harmonies and groups and choirs or whatever, sometimes it's 3 parts, sometimes it's 4 parts, sometimes it's 5 parts. You can add as any chords as you want as long as it sounds good. But there was a thing that was amazing with us because the 5 of us were independently singing and independently can hold our notes when there's clashing chords, when it's almost barbershop-esque chords. Not many people were singing those kind of colored chords like that. Nobody was doing those augmented fifths and all those other kind of crazy shit that we were doing.
Right.
So it was almost close to what Boys to Men was doing. And that's why I think it kind of separated us from a lot of other people. A lot of the people that we were doing these harmonies and we were doing them well and we were doing them live. And I think when people saw us, you know, and do the acapella, like, oh crap, this is something good. So it opened up a lot of more doors, I think. And it just, I don't know, it put us on a different level, I think.
Do you think? Let me ask you this.
And there's nothing wrong with other people singing 3 and 4 part harmony, but when you have 18 people and you're only doing 2 notes,
Harmony
what's
is
up
an
with that?
incredibly difficult thing. I mean, I kind of sing with the guys. And we have this band called The Sandwich, and we have fun. But like, you know, it's hard to. Is it something that's natural? Do you ever find yourself like, I know what they want. I can't get it. I can't get it. I can't get it. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, let's try it again, Joey. You weren't there. And it's in your head and you're like, and I want it. And you're like, no, Joey, it was wrong.
Oh yeah. Oh no. All the time. You kidding me? That's why they call me Flarp. Because I always had the weird notes that would go in between shit. So I was the one that would be where, because I was, like I said, second tenor, basically baritone. So I had a lot of the baritone parts, which are those are the colored chords, because you have like obviously the lead guy, you have the high, which is Chris.
Give me the baritone of like a song that you would sing.
It would sound like shit if I sang it out loud by myself. It really would.
It really would, because it's off, but together when they're all together.
Like the song I Thought She Knew, it's like I thought she knew my world around her, which is not even remotely of what the melody is.
It sounds nice. It's not bad.
But I thought she knew. It goes up.
Right. And so when it's all together, that's the
magic.
So you need your highs, you need your mediums.
You need it all rounded out. Nice.
And you need your lows.
And you need your lows. It's right? Low.
So that was really cool for me to hear. Basically, as far as coming up with arguments why NSYNC stood out, he really explained it all. And this is something that my brother and I have explained in the past, especially when it was brought up if we were to put NSYNC up against other groups. Definitely NSYNC is up there, and all of the reasons that Joey brought up in his interview there in this clip that I showed you guys, and this is something that we've brought up a bunch, and as far as like, he said they were the ones doing all of the crazy stuff, and I agree with that. Not everybody, or it's very selective when vocal groups choose to do all of these like cool harmonies where you get like, it's kind of like my brother and I talked about, like fitting the spots, trying to find the spot to create something cool, like finding, because listen, you get your three part. That's traditional. That's what's normal in music. But then what really stands out is if you come up with an arrangement where you can artistically add other harmonies to it, where it fits nicely in the song. And NSYNC did that. That's what made them really cool, and what has made me really have respect for them as a group. Joey Fatone, he even said it himself that like he was the guy who would be in between, like the in between guy, and very much what he's probably trying to say is, your traditional three part, right? Obviously that will be Chris, JC, and Justin. That's your traditional three part. Then he'll come in and add something interesting, add like this cool sounding harmony, and then of course the bass. That too could be an interesting section to add, as far as it's a little bit less traditional, so to speak. And he even mentioned it like sort of like barbershop-esque, because barbershop groups, they do that too, where they'll add like that dissonant harmony. They'll have, see, when you have a barbershop quartet, especially when you're just like four people, right? You have your traditional three part, and then with your fourth person you can add like that extra ring, you know what I mean? But yeah, I found this clip really interesting, and it's very rewarding almost to hear him talk about I Thought You Knew, and how like what his place was in that song particularly, and even saying that bit, and the way I sing it is exactly how he's saying it. So of course he didn't sing the whole song or anything, but it's just kind of neat. So obviously I'm gonna come out with that video pretty soon, maybe next week. I was gonna do it this week, but it looks like I have some things I have to do. But yeah, expect that soon. I just wanted to share this clip with you guys. Anyways, peace and love. Till next time.